Well, hello and welcome back. It's me again. So it's been a while since I've been able to work on this bike. That's due to the fact that the springtime is closing in and the client works are pouring in. So I already have 2 XDiavels here and the third one is coming next week. Schedule is getting quite tight. I need to get this bike off from the wooden stand. I need to put the client works on here because these client projects are also very big projects where I have to, for example, paint the frame and stuff. So they're really big projects and I will show you them in the future episodes, so stay tuned. This leads to a problem that I have to get this bike off from the stand now. For that I have to install the wheels, I will install the brakes and the exhaust also. And I'm thinking that I will start working on the handlebar. I'm 99% sure that I will have problem with my new Brembo master cylinders. The problem comes from the lever clearance with the buttons. And I think I need to make custom levers for these master cylinders, but let's find it out later in the episode. The first thing I want to show you are the wheels. So I have prepped these badass wheels. This is my own design, fully forged aluminum wheels, custom made. Some of you guys probably have seen the same design already installed on the XDiavel V4. This design was actually made thinking mainly on the XDiavel V4, but as technically they work also here, so I'm able to put them on this bike also. As you can see, satin black again. I'm still surprised that I'm talking about satin black so much when I'm talking about my own bike. I will paint it satin black. I need them to be satin black. Satin black for this. Satin black. It's not satin black. For example, all my cars have silver wheels. I always prepare the light colored wheels, but again, satin black, kind of strange. But I think later, if the bike is ready and you can see the overall design, then we all can agree that the black is the right choice here. I will not stop too long on this wheel topic, because I will talk about my wheels later in some episode where I introduce you the full build of the bike where these wheels are used. Here, let's talk about tire lettering. I've made a time lapse of the installment of the tire lettering. So it looks probably easier at first glance, but actually it's really big job. First you have to install the tires on the wheels, because later it's quite easy to damage the lettering if you're gluing them first on the tire and then trying to install the tire on the wheels. You might damage the lettering. So therefore I put the tires firstly on the wheel, then I sand off all these original tire lettering from the sidewall. I need to make the sidewall fully smooth, so the lettering also comes smooth on the edge. Then I have to organize all the letters. Believe me, it's quite easy to mess up the letters because you have to be precise to get the height correctly and the letter gaps correct, because all these are glued one by one on the tire. It's quite tricky job, and as we are using special glue, but it's really similar to super glues. So if you mess up with the glue, then it looks really unprofessional and ugly. So you have to be really careful. It takes lots of time, maybe 4 or 5 hours to get these everything from start to finish. So it's a big job. I've seen some guys trying to install them if they don't have knowledge how to do it, and it turns out really ugly. The heights are not correct, the gaps are not correct, and so on. The glue everywhere, so they look really unprofessional. I've been doing this for a while now, for 3 or 4 years. Well, I can mess up also, but mostly not. Anyway, so I will get these installed on the bike, but first, let's install the brakes and the exhaust system, and then we can see how this kit looks on this bike. Let's go. So let's assemble the front calipers first. As you can see, they're nicely painted. I've cleaned all the surfaces that need to be cleaned. Put this thing together. I have new pads, brand new pads. I have cleaned these parts, looking like new again. Need to get this thing here. The first one is done. Nicely painted and brand new pads. second one. Done. That was easy fix. Let's continue with the rear brake. So the rear one is just cleaned. As it's not the most beautiful part, I will not make it orange, so I leave it as unnoticeable as possible. So I will just install the pads and we are ready to go. And done. So let's put them on the bike now. And now let's get these hoses and wires organized so that they run in correct place, and let's install the rear caliper. So lines are correct now, and let's move on. I will start with the exhaust. So now I start with the exhaust, new gasket. It's really tight fit there. And somewhere there, well, somewhere there. So I have to get these nuts on there. So let's try to fit this bad boy. So the header nuts are okay now, and the exhaust is fully on the bike. Now I'm moving on to these, and I'm installing them on the swing arm. So everything is nicely taking shape. Plastic parts for the swing arm are installed, rear mudguard also. Rear brake things should be correct. I will leave this wire for the rear indicators as it is at the moment. I have to install the number plate holder on the side here. I will install now the wheel. Let's see how it looks. Nice. I like it. So let's move on to the front wheel now. So the first step here is that I will install brake discs on the front wheel. Let's go. Let's grease the shaft. So it seems okay. So let's try to mount the calipers. So I will grease the bolts. Well, focus, man. Come on. Yep. Clean. So I'll fasten these also, although it's a little bit too early, but then it's done. Normally I do all these kinds of bolt fastenings a little bit later in the really end of the build, but Okay, the front axle is still not fastened. The wheels are on. So the front calipers are fastened. The brake lines are also as they have to be. So now I think it's time to lower the front end. It's happy to see that it's looking more and more like an XDiavel should look like. I really love the wheels. They look pretty race. I believe the race is a correct word for the design here at the moment. And I have to finish for today. Let's continue tomorrow with the handlebar. Actually, today is the International Women's Day, so I believe it's not the best day to choose if I want to spend a late night here with the bike. So I'll go now and let's continue tomorrow. New day, new power again. Let's continue. Let's move on with the handlebar. I will start adding the parts here, and then at the end we will see if I have any problems with new levers or not. So I will start with the buttons. These are new buttons, brand new buttons. They're from some old build where we didn't need them. Let's slide them in. So the buttons are on. Let's put on the throttle. So I already installed the Rizoma grip, so let's put it on. Okay, little problem. The paint is a little bit thick. I need to sand it a little bit off because the grip is not working correctly. So it's like cruise control, but constantly on. I'm sanding the shaft. So now it should be okay. Yep, nice. Now let's put the left side grip also. So the grips and buttons are installed. Now let's move on to the master cylinders. Let's assemble them. So the reservoirs are from AEM with the orange rings, titanium reservoirs. I will get them assembled onto these. So I fitted the reservoirs. To be honest, and I don't believe in them too much because there are some places that are questionable. That's due to the fact that I'm super cautious about the brake fluid. But anyway, let's try to mount it. I already saw we will have problem with the lever. It's hitting the buttons, but I don't know if maybe the travel is enough already. Okay, I will put the brake one also, and then we will see. So again, this hits the throttle body. Well, I don't know. I believe if I made like a custom levers here so that they come a little bit more straight here, then they would work better. So I have a plan. I will try to do so that basically the shape of this lever will be the same, but this area here needs to be like 1 or 2 centimeters longer. So this angled area starts from here. Then I will have enough clearance so that it passes this throttle body. So let's go to the computer. So now I'm behind my 3D computer that I use if I need to make some kind of custom parts. Here I also have my little 3D printer. So basically if I make a part here, then I can print it out and test it on the bike. I need to upgrade the printer to a bigger one because this This board is a little bit too small. Anyway, our goal is to make this lever a little bit longer so we can clear the buttons and stuff on the bike. I have already inserted the picture of the lever and scaled it so it's 1:1 with our dimensions in the program. I have to say I'm not like the biggest professional probably in the 3D. I studied it in the university. It was long time ago, and I haven't used it certainly on a daily basis. So yeah, I'm not the biggest professional here, but I think I can handle this part. So let's go. So this is what I came up with. Actually, I have no idea if it clears now the buttons or not, but let's feed it into the printer and let's find out. So here is the new lever, new 3D model of the lever that I created. Now I fed it into the printer. The printer is warming up. It has reached 60 degrees for the bed and 220 degrees for the nozzle, and it should start printing now. Yes, and it is. It shows 3 hours of printing time, and then I can see if my new design works or not. Anyway, I will leave it printing here and let's go back to the other room where the bike is. So as you can see, I have cleaned up a little bit. The bike is finally on the ground, looking really badass, or kick-ass, or however we will call it. I have also organized some wires here on the handlebar, so this thing is also taking shape. I have no lever here because I used this lever for taking measurements for the test part, and if the test part fits, then obviously I'm gonna do correct levers from aluminium, but we will see if it fits or not in the next episode, where I will be also working on the green parts. But for that, stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Click like and subscribe, comment underneath. Thank you all again. See you next time. Bye.